March 10, 2021, and it's already 3 in the afternoon, serving you the hottest and the most reliable top stories that are truly with no bias. I am Nikka, Cayanan, and this is eSpot Blazing News. Sigmund Freud proposed psychosexual stages. Freud proposed that personality development in childhood takes place during 5 psychosexual stages. It includes the oral, anal, phallic, latency, and genital stages. During each stage, our sexual drive or libido is expressed in different ways and different parts of the body. Moreover, the stages is related with a specific conflict that must be resolved before he or she fully advances to the next stage. In describing the human personality development as psychosexual, we need to be informed to the classification of 5 stages. And here is Alexine to update and inform us. Alexine?
Yes, Nikka. Upon researching, our team found out that there are different stages to fully analyze Freud's psychosexual stages. The first one is oral stage that starts from birth to 1 year old, where the center of satisfaction or the sexual drive is at the mouth, and thus it demands the id. Furthermore, we can notice that babies are sucking mother's breast and are very much satisfied by it.
Alexine, is there any problem occur if the mother stops the baby from what he or she wanted to do, or what the baby wanted to acquire his or her satisfaction?
Yes, Nikka. Freud stated that oral stimulation could lead to an oral fixation. Oral fixation if an individual is not able to develop fully in the oral stage, which is the reason why we see all personalities engage in oral behavior such as nail biting, finger chewing, and thumb sucking. However, in anal stage, the psychosexual development focus on the anus, meaning more on defecation. The child's pleasure is on defecating. Freud's believe that this dilemma comes to ahead of potty training. In addition, at this stage, the child is fully aware that they are in person in their own rights. The demand of the outside world or the ego is developed.
Alexine, is there any problem occur if the mother stops the baby from what he or she wanted to do, or what the baby wanted to acquire his or her satisfaction?
Yes. According to Freud, the child will become anal retentive, who hates mess, or he or she is obviously respectful of authority. This is according to Freud in his psychosexual analysis.
Meanwhile, the third stage in psychosexual development is the phallic stage. Phallic stage occur between the ages of 3 to 6 years old. The word phallic comes from the Latin word phallus, which means penis. During this stage, pleasure focuses on the genitals as the child discovers that self-stimulation is enjoyable. The child learns to realize the differences between males and females and becomes aware of sexuality. There are signs of fixation that can affect an adult personality in the stage, such as reckless or afraid of love. They are narcissistic, they are self-assured or selfish, and poor opposite sex relationship. The latency stage is the 4th stage of psychosexual development, spanning the period of 6 years to puberty. During this stage, the libido is dormant and no further psychosexual development takes place. Freud taught that most sexual impulses are repressed during the latency stage, and sexual energy can be sublimated towards schoolworks, hobbies, and friendships. Much of the child's energy is channeled into developing new skills and acquiring new knowledge, and play becomes largely confined to other children of the same gender. Last one is the genital stage. The genital stage happens during puberty until death. This is the growing adolescent shakes off or dependencies and learns to deal maturely with the opposite sex. Marked by the puberty, mature heterosexual interest appears. A person's become more interested in dating and marriage. The more libido energy that a child has at this stage, the greater his or her capacity will be to develop normal relationship with the opposite sex. If the other stages have been completed successfully, the individual should know well-balanced, warm, and caring. The goal of this stage is to establish a balance between the various life areas. In the genital stage, there are signs of fixation, such as the guilt about sexuality, the feelings of inadequacy or sexual relationship, and the feelings regarding to the opposite sex. Therefore, the relationship of psychoanalytic theory and psychosexual theory is when our ego is weaker than our superego, it suppresses that our desires can lead to the development of perversions. In addition to that, weak ego and weak superego has sexual needs who more important than social norms or rather people's feelings. She is egoistic, feels no guilt for breaking the law.